Today we are going to look at multiplying decimals using an area model. So this is very similar to when we use the base 10 blocks. We're now going to use what's called a decimal grid here. So we're going to start by modeling 8 tenths times 5 tenths. So in our 10 by 10 square grid, each of these little pieces is 1/100th, a hundredth, just like with our base 10 blocks. And then you have the tenths going vertically or horizontally. So to shade 8 tenths, we would shade eight rows to represent 8 of our tenths here. So I'm going to shade all the way down one color, 8 tenths here. You can use 2 different colors or a pen and a pencil or a highlighter, 2 different utensils, whatever you have on hand here. So that represents my 8 tenths. Then I'm going to shade in 5 tenths, a different color, to represent this factor. So now I'm going to shade in 5 of my columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to shade it all the way up. Okay, so now what I have here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 by 5. So that's 40 squares that are both red and purple, the 2 different colors I used. So 40 hundredths are shaded with both colors. That means my product is 40 out of 100 because 40 out of 100 squares are shaded, which is the same as 40 hundredths. Or we can think of that as 4 tenths. Okay? So that means that 8 tenths times 5 tenths is 4 tenths. Okay? All right. So the next one is going to be 3 tenths times 5 tenths. Go ahead and pause the video, shade that in, and then unpause and check your work. Okay, here is my shaded picture, and my answer was 15 hundredths. I have 15 squares that are shaded both colors. Go ahead and flip it over and do the 2 at the top here. Pause your video and then unpause to check your work. On letter C, I should have 42 squares that are shaded with both colors, so that means my product is 42 hundredths. Down here, I have 18 squares shaded with both colors, so my product is 18 hundredths. So if we make a conjecture or a conclusion or assumption of some sort, if we look down here, well, we know 8 times 5 is 40, 3 times 5 is 15, 7 times 6 is 42, 2 times 9 is 18. So when we look at how the numerical expressions are related in the first part to what we have here and then how those products are related, we can see that the products and the numbers themselves, the digits are the same. It's just that we're missing the decimal point here. So we can see that we're going to get similar products. We just have to figure out where to place our decimal point.